Hey, thanks for checking in. I am in Thailand in a little town called Nato Ming, and I'm headed to Malaysia. I've been taking this Pan America all the way from Chiang Mai all the way down the coast of Thailand, and now I find myself in this beautiful market, and it's time for me to find some lunch. There is just so much to choose from. We got fried chicken. Look at all these different types of dogs and meatballs. We got fruits and vegetables. I want to be healthy, but not quite that healthy. Here we've got a little drink stand. Over here we got a meat market where they're selling all the fresh meats. That is a pig's foot. That is a pig's head. And vegetables, lots and lots of fresh vegetables. So this is what I got right here to eat, and a piece of chicken. And this meal was 35 baht, so that comes out to be like, maybe like $1.05. They don't have any tables to sit in this market and eat. So this gentleman just gave me his stool from behind there and set me up with a spot to eat right here at this table. So I was trying to make a decision on whether or not I wanted to go north to Vietnam. Now I can't go through Cambodia because they're at war there on the border and it's pretty much just shut down. I could go through Laos, but it seems like there's gonna be some problems with getting my loaner bike tagged in Thailand into Vietnam via Laos. There's a technical issue there that I gotta do some more research in. And I was only 6 hours from Malaysia, so I thought, well, I'll at least cross the border, bring you to check it out, and then we can decide if I want to keep going south towards Singapore or turn around and start heading back towards the mountain. All right, we are out of here. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay, we are gonna head out of here. Yeah, he's got it. This is good. All right, we're gonna make our way towards Malaysia. Adios. Everybody's just so friendly here. You know, everybody was just going out of their way to help me figure everything out, because right now I'm in exactly where I like to be, which is not a tourist area at all, meaning there was not one tourist in there. None of the signs had anything in English, and nobody spoke real English. I had one gentleman at the coffee shop where I got my tea. He spoke a little bit of broken English, but that was about it. Everybody else, we just had to kind of wing it, and this is the fun. This is experiencing the culture. This is really what I like to see. I was on the ocean yesterday island hopping, and it was absolutely beautiful and magical, but it was littered with tourists. As beautiful as it was, it felt very commercial, where this just feels genuinely authentic. We've got about another 2.5 hours to make it to the border. I put down a lot of miles earlier before I started the video, so welcome to the ride. I've been doing it for quite a while, and I'm glad to have you on it with me at this point. I'll tell you one thing Thailand spends a lot of money on is their sculptures. Look at this display of big crab and all the crab family. They even got like the mangroves in there, them crawling out of. That is not a small or inexpensive thing to create right there. Pretty cool. We are only about an hour and a half from the border to Malaysia, and it is 2 o'clock. I'm trying to decide if I just want to maybe get a spot. I believe there's an ocean pretty close to us. If I just want to get a spot there and chill out, try to hit the border first thing in the morning when it's a little bit cooler outside, or if I want to go tackle it now. The temperatures are pretty warm. I have done a border cross here too in other countries. I don't know what Malaysia involves, but often it is difficult, and it takes several hours, and without any shade in the late afternoon heat, it might not be the best plan. You know, a big piece of this trip is not having any definite plans. It's just kind of going the way the wind blows me, and right now the wind is kind of blowing me towards the beach for one more night before I enter Malaysia. And there are mountains in the background though. I wonder if we'll be climbing any real elevation between here and there. All right, the mountains are becoming more and more prominent ahead of me. I'm becoming hopeful that I'm gonna get some twisty roads up here. This is one of the things about doing no research when you're on a trip. I have no idea what is ahead of me any given day, including today. I don't look if I got mountains or if it's flat. I may know if I'm headed towards the beach, south or north. Oh yeah, I feel that cools right down. But I have no idea what the terrain or any of the cities I'm going to be passing through have to offer. Every town I roll into is just a surprise. It keeps things fresh and interesting. I do so much touring where I run very strict schedules every single day for months on end, and it's for a purpose. We raise a lot of money for charity. Look at the mountains over there. Millions for veterans related charities. And so it's worth the strict schedule and the tight days. But having a trip like this with absolutely no plans, where I just headed south today and had no idea I'd be looking at these beautiful mountains. Okay, look at this. I had no idea I'd be riding through this, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So it's a beautiful surprise. And that is one of the blessings of going with no plan out on a big road trip. Wow. So they're building some sort of a store there, I imagine. Doesn't really look like a temple. Pretty cool. Really cool, actually. Lots of palm trees down here. Rolling into another town. And this is indeed a beach town. Although I don't think you're going to find much for tourism in this town. I think this is just a local beach town. So do we go left where my directions are telling me, or do we go straight? Let's see if we can find the beach. Straight will bring us to the ocean. Let's go see what it looks like. Why not? And there's another market like the one I was in this morning. We're definitely in the local community here at this point. Wow. Very interesting. Much different than so much more of Thailand than I've seen. Okay, all these homes are up on stilts. They're actually over the water. It looks like we are at the end of the road here. Oh yeah, look at that. So this is a little fishing village. Huh. Sawadee Cup. Yeah, this is all the fishing village here. All their nets. Look at this guy, his boat's just about sinking over there. Got himself one paddle squatting on the nose, just barely out of the water. Okay, and that looks like a little seafood restaurant right on the water there. Sure enough is. Wow. What a cool little spot. Chickens in the road and everything. I decided to keep heading south and not stay in that little fishing village. Although it looked like a really unique, authentic place to stay. I imagine I'll find another little village ahead of me here. I hope. I'm just going to ride until I find something that strikes me as where I want to stay. No real plan. Maybe I'll make it to the border and try to cross it before I do, or maybe I'll find somewhere to unwind first. Well, now we're getting into a little bit of twisties. Hopefully they last. I do not like how they grade. They do this on all the corners. They grade it like this. I imagine for traction in the rainy season, because the pavement is pretty slick out here. But I don't like it. I don't like the way it makes a bike track going around those corners. I feel like I can't really lean it in as good as I would like to. I mean, it probably hooks up better, and I'm just nervous. All right, this looks like a pretty decent sized town. It wants me to go left here, but if you look, there's some islands and ocean right ahead of me here. I'm gonna go straight to the ocean, see if I can't find a spot to sleep there. If not, I can always double back. It doesn't look like more than 20 minutes straight here to the ocean. Shouldn't be too far out of my way. If you want to know where I'm planning on crossing into Malaysia, it's Wang Prachan. There's the ocean. Yeah. A quick look at it anyhow, a little glimpse. Guess all these places. Oh yeah, other back doors. Oh yeah. Look at this. This is a great spot. I should find one of these to stop at and just get a drink and figure out what I want to do. Look at this. Oh man, that's a beach. And this is just exploring, right? This is what it's all about. No idea what I'm walking into, but I mean, look what I found. Oh, this is gorgeous. Pakbara viewpoint. I guess so. Beautiful. All right, I pulled over here to get a good view of this Pakbara Pakbara viewpoint. And another gorgeous sculpture. And just beautiful, gorgeous, I mean, just beautiful views. Little stones down there, but there is a beach over there. I'm gonna see if I can't find a hotel out here somewhere, get a night. Maybe hit that beach, just lay out and chill out a little bit. Get up bright and early while it's nice and cool and try to tackle that Malaysian border. Because this motorcycle isn't mine. But I think I have all the paperwork to get it through. We're gonna find out. Okay, so I found this spot right here overlooking the water to search a hotel, and I just happened to see some helmets here and a table sit next to me and made some friends. Where are y'all from?
We are from Malaysia.
Malaysian, yeah. So they've been giving me the lowdown on what I can and can't do. Now you said I cannot speed there like I do here. No, it cannot go as fast. Only 120?
You can, but you have to
So be careful.
you have to be careful with the police.
What happens if I get pulled over?
Maybe summon.
Huh?
Got a summon.
A summon? And I have to go to court?
Yeah.
So then I have to stay?
Yeah.
So they're kind of just giving me the lowdown and letting me know what exactly is going on over in Malaysia. I think I'm gonna cross the border in the morning. It should be good. All right, I found this place. It's supposed to be right on the water up here. And it was about $30 a night. And I'm supposed to have like my own little bungalow. We'll see what we're in for here. We're pulling up here in just a couple seconds. And we have arrived. Says we have arrived. I guess it's in here. I don't know. No, I don't think this is it. I think I am in the wrong place. Let's see here. It says it's behind me. I see. Right here. Where should I park this? Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. The sand's a little soft. Put that stick under there. Help a little bit. Waiting for my room to be clean. They gave me a glass of Coke, some sort of nuts. In that bottle right there, that is whiskey. We each did a shot of it. Very good. Thank you. Okay, I'll have one more. Thank you. It's smooth. It's definitely homemade. Very, very good. Yes. Thank you. How beautiful is this? Okay, this is my bungalow for the night. Got all my gear unloaded. And this is what we're looking at for our sleeping quarters. I'm gonna go ahead and say that door is a little bit short for me, but we'll sneak in here. Ooh, it's nice and cool in here, that's for sure. Oh, look at this door handle. Here's how you lock the door. Just with one hand. My door is shut. Hey, this is pretty nice. Let's see what the bathroom looks like. Perfect. Toilet, shower. We are good to go. Not bad for right on the beach and only 30 bucks a night. I think a little less actually. So now he's making a soup down in here. And he's got fish that they just pulled out of the ocean. Literally just pulled them out of the ocean just moments ago. Cleaned them on the shore over there. And now they're gonna make a soup straight from the ocean. They just use a leaf that they pull from the tree as a hot pad. That's amazing. Oh man, look at this. After offering me the most delicious bowl of soup, they went on to fry up some fish while we continued to work on their bottle of homemade whiskey and chatted through the evening. These are one of those nights that transcend communication barriers and make traveling worth every moment. Nights like these, you'll never forget.